Hello, my name is Justin, and I make videos on my past experience at WGU as someone who did the Masters of Curriculum and Instruction in less than 6 months, and as someone who actually works as, or has worked as, a career coach for the last 10 years, and helps people navigate their career and academic journey with ease and confidence. So I thought I'd make this video, and I'll try to make it quick, but I wanted to share a little bit about what motivates me to create videos specifically on WGU, because I know it's quite specific, and why did I create this channel, essentially? So there's a few reasons that I'd like to talk about. So the first reason is there is a lot of emphasis on doing education, and doing education in order to land certain types of work, and in many cases, like work in general, right? And I find that I have gone to school for so long. I went to school for about 10 years, because maybe you haven't seen my other videos, but I have an associate's degree, a bachelor's, a master's, a terminal master's degree in a totally different area, and then another master's at WGU, as well as a whole host of certificates. I did this because I really am somebody who values education because I love learning, but I also recognize that the world of work requires us to have formal education, and in some ways that can be overwhelming for people, especially those who maybe aren't academically inclined, or maybe don't enjoy education, or don't enjoy sitting in kind of formal classrooms and learning from a lecturer or a teacher. And that can also be overwhelming for people who maybe graduated from high school years ago and didn't do a bachelor's degree or further education, and they feel at this point, they want to make a career transition, but that's very hard to do without certain level of credential, right? So nowadays, it seems like the master's is the new bachelor's, and the bachelor's is the new high school diploma. So there's a lot of pressure to have education. Now, because I'm saying this, it might create this assumption that I believe you need to have a degree in order to excel in life, and I don't necessarily think that. Actually, the more I did education, the more I came to realize that education isn't necessary for everyone and shouldn't be necessary. I think it's actually overemphasized in the world of work because there are many creative, intelligent, hardworking individuals that don't necessarily need to go to school. But what about those who do need to go to school to get a job or to transition? And I believe that more schools should accommodate those people, especially those who want to jump into school again after many years. And I think that's where WGU works really well for people, is it helps people kind of get back into the learning mode by allowing to learn at your own pace and kind of learn how to learn on your own and with support, right? Because at WGU, you're not just on your own grinding tasks away, which you could, but you have your mentor who's very supportive and helps you understand kind of how to manage your time and how to keep yourself productive and engaged in the work. And you also have instructors all throughout the degree, and those are content matter experts that really want you to excel at your objective assessments and performance assessments. And so you have the support, and that is, I think, even better than those traditional modes of education where you might be sitting in a lecture with hundreds of people. I actually went for 2 of my degrees to an extremely large university, or at least I think it's extremely large. It's over 40,000 students, and why I say extremely large is because I had lectures in psychology and other social sciences that had over 400 students in them. And so there was no interaction with instructors, professors, teaching assistants, any of those people. So WGU actually offers an opportunity for those who want to go back, who want to learn and get that credential, feel supported, and then do it in a way where they can get in and get out if they want, right? Because you do not necessarily need to spend years and years and years trying to get a bachelor's or master's degree. You can actually finish a bachelor's degree in 6 months or a year, which is probably less common than those who are in a master's doing it in 6 months or a year. But it is possible. There are many people online who report completing their degree in 6 months or even less. So why that's good is because maybe you don't want your world to revolve around formal education. And you can do a program like WGU, get the credential you need, and not only just the credential, but you can actually learn. And I talk about this in my video of, was WGU worth it? And maybe I'll link that below so you can watch it. And I talk about different kind of domains or different categories of why I think it was useful to do WGU. And one of those was learning. I do feel like even though you can accelerate, you actually learn a lot because you're focusing the learning, and it's not muddled down with so many different concepts and theories and tasks, because you're just focusing on the main summative assessments, which are the objective assessments and performance assessments. And in many cases, that's only a handful of them per course. So you're kind of getting the main nuts and bolts per course, getting that information, applying it to your life, because a lot of times you can reference your own experience in those assessments, particularly in the Masters of Education that I did. So many of my assessments were focused on my direct experience and how that relates to different theories, principles, strategies, concepts, things that I was learning in the content matter. And the content is there by way of different textbook readings that they've kind of helped you direct your attention towards, different videos they've created for you, different like quizzes that you can do throughout to test your learning. And so I think it's a really great setup, WGU. And therefore, I find that me talking about these videos is also promoting WGU, which I feel is very beneficial for a lot of people like myself who wanted to get in and get out and get that learning fast. I also am trained as a career coach, a profession that I had done for 10 years. And so I have this ability to be able to communicate ideas, and hopefully I can communicate them with clarity, and I can communicate my experiences as well as what I see as beneficial ways of navigating the academic journey and the career journey as well. So feel free to comment below some additional questions you want me to answer, if anything. If you don't have any questions, no problem. I don't want to force you to leave questions, but they do help me kind of direct my attention to what I can help you with. And a lot of people comment on some of my past videos when I was an active student, and I do respond to those. So feel free to comment on any of the videos, and I will try my best to respond, give you some input or some advice or whatnot, whatever you're looking for, and hopefully be helpful to you. Also keep in mind, another reason that I enjoy doing this is because like I've mentioned in my other video on, how my career journey and how I became a teacher, is I enjoy sharing information with others, and I like to be useful. So I want to make sure that these are useful to you, and I hope in the future that I can create a resource or something that I can help you with at WGU so that you can help accelerate the process of doing your degree, or just do it in a way that is a little bit easier than kind of stumbling around if you're not used to this kind of self-directed way of learning or this competency-based learning that I became more familiar with over my time at WGU. All right, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.